Hey fam. Okay, how's everyone doing? How's everyone doing? I hope everyone is having amazing. Maybe some of y'all had the day off, maybe some of y'all didn't. But I hope you had an amazing day, whatever day you had, right? Whether you had a holiday off or not. I just wanted to jump in real quick and have this conversation tonight, and I'm excited to have you all join me. Let me make sure that everyone can see me. So, for those of you on Insta and YouTube, you know this is kind of a new thing for me where I'm trying to stream on multiple channels at the same time. I'm generally on Mondays and Wednesdays between 7 and 7:30 on Facebook, on our Facebook page. But now I'm trying to like share the love with the folks on YouTube and Insta. For those of you all who do not know me, my name is Zamara Perry, and I'm so glad that you're joining me for this conversation tonight. Glad to see my folks on Insta representing. Hey, fam. All right, Easy's back from vacay. Do me a favor, everyone. Tag somebody you know. Share it out because I always have a hard time sharing this. I really love your help in sharing this conversation out. Tonight, we're going to talk about how do you even know if someone's a rebound or if you're in a real relationship, you're in a real love relationship. So I would like to have that conversation tonight. It's just one of the things that came on my spirit to have that conversation about, and I appreciate everyone who's here joining. Hey Bunny, hey Akon, Lisa, Mikkel, hey Roslyn, hey Frank, hey Miss Anomalous, Libra, hey Red, hey Kenya, it's good to see you, hey Monique, Dahlia, what's up fam, hey Davari, Shamika, Keisha, Deborah, Tiffany, hey Mel, hey Rasha, hey girls, good to see you. My folks on Insta, who's the unapologetic scholar. I'm so curious. I love your name. Hey Sag in love. Who you in love with, Sag? Hey Shawnee, Boss Live, that natural girl. Who else? M.A. Hart, Chardonnay, Samia. Hey Samia. Let me see who is in the house. Shorty Blondie, what's up? Hey Chris Smith. Good to see everybody on tonight. I would love to know how many of you all have been in a rebound relationship. We talking about rebounds, y'all, because why? Rebounds are a fact of life. They happen, and I'd love to know how many of you all have been in rebound relationships. I'm curious to know how those relationships worked out or didn't work out. And you know, what's the difference between a rebound and a real love relationship? So Boss Life says that she has been in a rebound relationship. She's got her hand up. I'm assuming that's what the hand up means. Sag in Love says she's in love with herself. That's awesome. Hey Veronica, good to see you. Thanks for joining. And I know there's some folks on YouTube who are watching. So let me try to go on over and make sure I can see you all because you know the whole multiple streaming thing is a little new thing for me. But in the meantime, I am going to check to see, you know, who all is watching. I got a few folks. I have a few folks over here on YouTube. So let me just make sure that I can see the chat so I can have a conversation with you all too so y'all don't feel all left out because it's just the folks on. And I know there's some folks on YouTube. All right. Got it. So now I got the YouTube up. Cool. All right. Hey, Bridget. Hey, Angela. Good to see you all on YouTube. I see a couple more folks on here. All right. I'm missing a bunch of comments on Facebook. Let me just go on and see who's out. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Dante. Mikkel says, okay, so Mikkel is going to give us some truth, okay? Because I wanted to hear how many of y'all were going to actually give us the truth about your rebound relationships. How did that go? Why did you even get up in them in the first place? People have a tendency to believe that if you start dating someone after your breakup, that anybody that you date after the breakup is the rebound. I don't agree. I would love to know what your thoughts are. Is everybody that you date after a serious long-term relationship the rebound? I personally don't agree. Boss Live says, I believe she was put in my life for a reason, but ultimately our season ended, right? And so I believe also in this reason, season, lifetime. People come to our into our lives for all kinds of reasons. Um, LCDW says that she does not do rebound relationships. Maq Ele says she did not treat her rebound well. Definitely a villain in her life story. I did apologize down the road. I was just in a very selfish headspace. I'm glad you were able to apologize. I don't know how she took it, but the fact that you able to see your behavior and able to like learn and apologize, that's really awesome. Not many people do that, and not many people get an opportunity to say, you know what, I probably messed up there. So let's see who. Hey, Bunny. So Tamara, hey, good to see you. Hey, Linky. Hey, Corey, girl, what's up? Carletta, good to see you. I'm laughing at some of y'all over here. Lisa said she forgot I was even coming on tonight. Yeah, I came on so late. I was trying to figure my life out. Hey, Kia. Kia, girl, it is a Monday. Look at her saying it's a Sunday. She all confused. Hey, Karen. All right. So I'm trying to see who else is talking about their rebound stories. I would love to. I'm going to share with y'all my rebound story because it kind of came up this weekend. Darcel wants to know, why don't I agree that anybody that you date after your relationship ends is not always a rebound? I don't agree that that's the case. I think there are times when you can be ready to date someone else. They're not the rebound. So I'm going to give you some signs of what I believe are examples of this person being a rebound. Y'all could give me some help as well. Hey, Africa. Hey, Naria. Hey, Carly. I would love if y'all would just go ahead and give me some help. Give me some tips. What are the signs of a rebound? Are you a rebound? And in case you're a rebound, we could be helping you out today. It's helping you save your life or save your time so you don't waste your time on somebody who could be a rebound. So the unapologetic scholar, I'd like to know who you are because I love your name. She says she believes that rebound relationships are karmic relationships. Interesting to say that. Fifi says it depends on where you are emotionally. If you've made a clean break and ready to move on, then I would say go for it. My advice is to be honest with them and yourself. So basically, that's the reason why I agree with Fifi that this is the reason why I don't believe that every relationship that you get into after you've ended a relationship is a rebound relationship. Hey, Pamela. So Darcel says, I would like to know if I'm liking someone that just left their relationship. Am I wrong? I need more information in order to give you a definitive opinion. I mean, it's all my opinion, really. But I would like to know more information about that before I could even say more. So if you want to say more, feel free to say more, Darcel. Cohen says, are they considered a rebound due to the proximity of the time from the ending of the previous relationship? I think so. I think some people feel like if you date someone a month or 2 months, or even I think most people have this idea that if you date someone less than a year after your relationship ended, that it's typical lesbian stuff. This is a rebound and we need to just call it what it is, right? And you know what's really funny? Some rebounds last for years. Like, I think sometimes people think that, oh, the rebound is going to be a quick roll in the hay. No, a lot of people end up in rebound relationships that last for a very long time. And like I said, most people don't even know that they're the rebound. They don't even know they're in a rebound relationships. And sometimes the person who is, left a recent relationship and ended up in another one, sometimes they don't even know or believe that they are treating the other person as a rebound. And we're going to get into why they don't have this information tonight. We're going to have that conversation, all right? So Cynthia says, I don't agree as well. That was my previous comment about, is everybody that you date after being in a serious relationship a rebound? She says, and this is the reason why I'm agreeing with Cynthia here. She says, most have emotionally left the relationship before the actual breakup. I really believe that most people, you may still love the person. Sometimes you love the person and you end a relationship, but most people, they're over the relationship. They have done all they can do. And there's because the problem with the rebound is some people believe that when you're in a rebound, like when you're a rebound, that person actually wants somebody else. They want the previous partner. They want their ex, right? So that's one reason why some people believe, that this is a rebound, because you're thinking about somebody else. You really are not over the ex. But a lot of people end relationships and they may still love the ex, but they don't want them back, right? So let's see if there are any other comments on Insta. She says, okay, so I can't pronounce your name, my dear, but she says she thinks that she may be in a rebound relationship. Um, so let me just pause for a minute because I'm trying to understand some of the comments over here on Insta. So the unapologetic scholar says, unless you're deaf, dumb, and blind, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. So let me pause for a minute. And again, for those of you all who are just coming on, you may not know who I am. My name is Zamara Perry, and I'm the founder and editor of BlackLesbianLoveLab.com. It is a blog that is focused on Black lesbian love and relationships, or women who love women regardless of their orientation. And, the blog was started so we could talk about ourselves and focus exclusively on, our love relationships. We also have a private community, an amazing private community of awesome women. And it's a great place to hang out, to be. It's a paid community, and it's paid because of all the time and effort we put into making sure we have great conversations. We have great guests that come in. And I'd love to invite you to join. It's a great place to be, and I can tell you why. In addition to having great guests and great program and the group, great programming, we also make it a secret community. There's no way for you to join unless you have paid your dues, your membership dues, and then you go ahead and send me a friend request, and I'll add you to our private community. Women in the group are very mature, they're respectful, and we really are supporting each other in growing and becoming better versions of ourselves, and understanding, how we can be better partners, and actually love ourselves more so we can be better partners. So that's one of the wonderful things in the community. We also have several ebooks and relationship resources just for joining our community. And on top of that, we also have happy hour, and we have meetup. So we're having a meetup this weekend, and you can only come to the meetup or get information about the meetup if you're a member of our private group. And it's going to be here in the DC area. So if you're in the DC area and you'd like to join us, go ahead and join our private community so that you can get more information about our meetup. And it's just a great community of women who, especially people who are single, people who are, in relationships, and, we share wisdom with each other. I think one of the things I love most about this community is there are a lot of really amazing relationships that have been formed, great friendships, and some love stories as well. So if you're interested in just kind of checking it out and see that this is the space for you, then I'd invite you to go ahead and go to community.blacklesbianlovelab.com. That's community.blacklesbianlovelab.com. You'll go there, you get a free ebook on communication, and then after you say yes to the ebook, you'll be taken to our checkout cart where you can go ahead and join our membership. If you use the coupon code new member, you will get half off your first month. And if you don't like the group, go ahead and cancel, no problem. And thanks for checking it out. So that's more about our private community. We'll go back and talk about it some more later. If you have any questions about the community, go ahead and message the page, and I'll be more than happy to help, okay? So back to the conversation at hand. What is a rebound relationship? Are you in one, or could you possibly have found true love? Okay. Easy says it's definitely a great group. I'm so glad to have you part of the community, Easy. Thank you, my dear. Hey, Erica. Siobhan says, I'd rather be single than to be a rebound, but the girlfriend that left me now wants me to be in a poly. Girl, bye. Yeah, so that's part of the issue too. Some people end relationships and they haven't they haven't figured out their issue. So I'm gonna tell you one of the reasons that makes something a rebound. So because of something that Siobhan said, she says her ex left her, but clearly she didn't want to really leave the relationship. She wanted something more. And I'm not sure what happened in that relationship, Siobhan, because maybe she didn't feel like she could have a conversation with you and tell you what she really, really wants. But if she wanted to be with you and have an open relationship, maybe she should have had that conversation or didn't feel safe having that conversation. But to me, people leave relationships when they're not ready. They don't really want to leave the person. They don't want to end the relationship. And so what happens is they haven't resolved anything. Like they don't have closure. And I'm not saying you need closure, with somebody else. Closure is not always with somebody else. You're not always going to get closure from your ex. Sometimes you have to give yourself the closure that you need. And so what happens is people leave one relationship, they're not ready to end that relationship, they haven't resolved anything with the ex. And so they go in and bring somebody else into their drama. And most people don't want to feel like they are your backup plan. So signs that someone is a rebound and not a real love connection is you haven't resolved your situation with your ex. You still have feelings for the ex. You're really only treating the new person like a body. They are not a real viable love connection because you still have feelings for your ex. And you're basically using them because you're lonely or you're afraid of being by yourself. Or it could just be that you're just like, you know what? You just stumble into relationships. So many of us stumble into relationships. We catch feelings or we have attraction. And because you have an attraction, you wrongly believe that attraction equals love, it equals relationship, it equals we have to do something. Just because you're attracted to somebody or somebody is attracted to you does not mean that you should be in anything with that person. Like the best thing to do, honestly, would be to say, you know what, I think you're an attractive person, but I am not feeling that I'm not ready for a relationship, or give me some time. I really do like you. Give me some time. Be patient with me while I work some things through. That's kind of a mature conversation to have, but some people do not know how to have that conversation. Hey, Steeler fan. Hey, Lady T. Soft Metric. What's up? The Unapologetic Scholar says, as a women's gender sexuality scholar, I think this is awesome work you're doing. Okay, you're so welcome. I'm gonna go ahead and follow you, girl. Thank you for the support. I appreciate it so much. Alcy would like to join the group. Girl, please message me just in case you have any questions. And someone who asked about the link for the private group, let me go ahead and drop it here in case you're having trouble, because technology is not always perfect, and depending on what kind of phone you're on. Hang on, give me a second, guys. I thought I had the link ready for you. So let me go ahead and share it, the link for joining the group. It's community.blacklesbianlovelab.com. Remember, this is a paid community. When you go to this link, you will get a free ebook, and it's on communication. And go there to say, yes, you want the free ebook. And then what will happen is you'll be taken to our checkout cart so you can go ahead and join our private community. So let me go ahead and check out some comments here on Facebook here. Hey, Marvette. Siobhan says she wasn't going to do the poly with her, so I got you. So Maq Ele says, I believe rebounds are a direct reflection of the unbroken link between the relationship that ended and you're still desiring companionship. The rebound sometimes has similar characteristics of your ex, and you see that in the nearest person who comes along. That is why you have to do the work. I will never rebound again. It caused a ton of turmoil with so I'm so sorry. I think I missed half of the comment here. Some of the comment here, Maq Ele, but she says, with someone I actually did care about outside of my selfish ways. So thank you for sharing that, Maq Ele. I love that you shared that all that you did, which I agree with you, that sometimes what happens is you see somebody and they remind you of the ex in some ways. And so you try to find a way. You can't have the ex, so you try to find a way to have something. You try to fabricate, that's the word. You try to fabricate a relationship with someone who is essentially a stranger. That's not the person that you've had time and effort and a real emotional connection with. Like I said, it's not unusual that people have relationships with people that they're just not ready to be in a relationship with. So thanks so much for your support, guys. I know some of you may be having some trouble on Facebook. I went ahead and added a Wi-Fi expander. I don't think it really helped. So my bad, y'all. Thanks for the love. Beverly says she likes my hair. Thank you, my dear. It's gonna be off. It's gonna be in for another couple days, and I'm gonna do something different. Hey Tracy. Hey Dee. So Akon says, I believe you need to heal and grieve the relationship before moving on. Some people's process is not that long. So let me just say something, Akon. I'm so glad you mentioned this grieving of the relationship. It's very interesting because I've been doing a lot of reading. I spend a lot of time reading about relationships and, trying to get a better understanding of why we do the things we do. And one of the pieces I was reading talks about how a lot of us, especially in this culture, don't actually know how to grieve because we are taught that, our emotions should, like, if you spend too much time grieving something, then something is wrong with you. So even if you lose someone to death or you lose someone, period, like there isn't, like, we don't spend enough time grieving. We have no idea how to grieve. We just want to move on from one person to the next. I'm like, I know that there are many of us who have been in relationships and the relationship ended before we walked out the door. But even so, there should be a process for letting go. Actually, we talked about this in our private group. I think it was last week or a couple weeks ago. We have a life coach in our group, and she's amazing. And one of the things she talked about was different rituals you can use to release the relationship, release the person, because there's an emotional connection. And if we haven't taken time to say, you know what, I'm sad that this is over, regardless of who ended the relationship or how it ended, I'm sad this ended, I'm feeling, this sense of loss. How can I cut that off and move on so that I can be healthy and emotionally available to the next person? Many of us don't know how to do this. And like I said, we talked about that in our private community. If you'd like to join, you can go ahead and go to community.blacklesbianlovelab.com. Go there and you can get access to some of our previous conversations, including information about how to grieve and how to move on. I know I was dating a woman, and this is sort of similar in that I was dating a woman who had a lot of grief, and she was grieving, losing a lot of family members who were very dear to her, and I just didn't know how to support her, and that was a really big problem in our relationship. So again, learning how to properly grieve people, family members, loved ones, friends, whoever, if the friendship is over, if the relationship is over, if you've actually lost someone to death, those are things that we have to learn how to process so we can properly, give that person the respect and honor they deserve, so you can be emotionally available to be present for someone else and actually be a part of your current life, not living in the past, not, constantly thinking about someone else, right? So Darcel says it's a great topic and she needs to hear it. I'm so glad you're participating in the conversation. Hey fam on Instagram. So Hall Day Long says, I think you need to spend half the time you need to spend half the time you were in a relationship by yourself before you get into the next relationship. Thanks for sharing that. So our life coach actually believes in like a 9-month period between your relationship that you're in now and after the relationship ends and the new relationship. She actually believes in a 9 months. Like I said, I don't personally believe that there needs to be a prescribed time. Everybody knows when they're ready. If you are not ready, you know it. But sometimes we force things that we should not force because we don't want to be alone, because we're afraid of being alone, because we don't know how to not to have someone there. A lot of fear drives a lot of relationships. And sometimes we pretend that we really don't know, but we know. We absolutely know when it is time for you to give this person, to give yourself space so you can move on. I don't think anyone's completely unaware. I think we like to pretend, right? A lot of us like to play pretend because it's just easier than facing reality. So the unapologetic scholar says, "Oh, she spoke the truth. I love how Maq Ele worded it. The rebound does remind you of the ex in some situations." Yes. Hey, Free to Be, what's up? Hey, Yolanda, good to see you. Hey, Pink Shanti, good to see you. Hey, Gibbs, good to see you all. And let me just make sure I haven't missed any other comments. I'm going to get to the point in a minute. Hey, Donette. Hey, Karen May. Easy says learning how to hold space. Absolutely, and that's that's her referencing what do you do when someone that you care about is in a lot of pain or they're grieving. How do you support them? How do you hold space for them? Okay. Are folks having trouble with the stream? I want to make sure. Hey, Cheyenne. She says, I've had several rebound relationships, and the last one almost killed me, had me severely depressed and suicidal. I had to literally move to another state to regroup and recharge after that. Once I was better and felt better about myself, I met my wife. Cheyenne, thank you so much for sharing that story. I appreciate you. Hey, Natalie. Let me just go ahead and thank you so much, Easy, for sharing the link. For those of you who are interested in joining our private community, it's community.blacklesbianlovelab.com. I appreciate so much those of you who are interested in checking it out and joining. So also, I want to talk about like what then? Okay, so what then are the signs that you are ready, that this person is not a rebound, this is a valid love relationship. What are the signs that this person is real, that you have a real love connection with this person? I would love to hear. Like, again, people are not interested in being your rebound. Nobody wants to be that. And for those of you all who are insisting on being next in line, you have to think about why that is. Why are you so interested in being with somebody who may not be emotionally available and ready for you? So I think for me, I'd love to hear you all share what the signs are of what is a healthy relationship, a real love relationship that is not necessarily a rebound. I'd love to hear your thoughts. My thoughts are these, okay? And I'd love to hear your thoughts. Please drop your comments. Let me know what the signs are for you, especially those of you who may have, been in a relationship with somebody and then, maybe after a month or so, or 2 months or 3 months, you met somebody else. I'd love to know your thoughts. So my number one reason why I feel like something may not be a real relationship, may not be a rebound relationship, is that you genuinely like and care about this other person. You genuinely like and care about this other person. Why do I say genuinely like? Because one of the things that happens sometimes in rebound relationships is that the sexual chemistry can fool you into thinking that you are in, can make you start, glossing over the person's real personality, who they really are. You get able to see each other's good and bad, and you realize, okay, this is a human being. I like this person regardless. I respect this person regardless. I think respect is one of the biggest parts of knowing, right, if this is somebody that this is a rebound relationship, or if you genuinely like that person and respect them. I think respect is the key word here, because when you respect people, I believe you treat them differently than you would somebody who is just a jump off. It's just sex, okay? So respect is really important here. And number two, for me, it's you're honest and vulnerable with each other, right? If you can open up and say, this is what I'm feeling, I'm afraid, or I'm worried, or I'm concerned, or this is what I'm really thinking about, I feel like that's a really good signal that perhaps you are in a real love relationship. This person is not filling space. You're not biding time, waiting for someone better to come along, or waiting for your ex to come back. Kimberly, girl, where the hell you been? She says she's late. You got here for the good part, though. We're talking about some signs that you're not in a rebound relationship. Hey, Ro. Okay, Angela's fine. Okay, I'm not sure why some folks are having trouble. I think what I'm going to do next week, I'm going to try something completely different, because I know some of y'all are having trouble seeing me. I'm so sorry, guys. I know it looks like I lost YouTube. I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know why I'm over here trying to do all these 5 million things, but Kimberly agrees that respect plays a huge part. And Erica agrees that vulnerability is also good, right? Because that's how you know that you are. Hey, Nicole, what's up? I see you over there on Insta. Hey, Tamra. Hey, Looking Glass too. What's up? What's up, folks on Insta? Um, that's how you kind of know, right? Because how can you have a real connection with someone is you're able to be open and honest with them and vulnerable and say, I'm afraid, I'm worried, I'm scared, or these are my true feelings. You're not pretending to be someone else. You're not pretending to be, because some people, they really like, one of the things that people tend to do is they tend to hide their real selves because they're not really sure that this new person can handle them at their weakest, at their lows. And so when you're showing your lows and your highs and your in betweens, that's when you kind of know, okay, this person is somebody that I really trust to hold space for me, to see me for who I really am and not for the fantasy or who they want me to be. Okay, so that's where I would say that why another piece about why the vulnerability is really important. Thanks so much, Donna. I'm so glad you like my earrings. I got them when I was in Costa Rica earlier this year. Um, let's see here. Let me make sure I haven't missed any questions or comments. Cheyenne says, for me right now, and the reason I didn't hesitate to marry the woman I married is because I felt genuinely cared for and loved. No matter what I threw at her, she supported and listened and nurtured me. She uplifted me and held me when I tried to push her away and gave her every reason not to be with me. Got you, girl. Got you, girl. So she has been wonderful to you, and Cheyenne, I'm sure that you've been wonderful to her as well. So that's another thing too. If this person is supporting you, I hope they feel the same sort of support and love from you in return. Because sometimes we need that. Sometimes we need, there are seasons in our lives when you really need your partner. Sometimes it happens at the beginning of the relationship where you really need your partner to help carry you through like a emotional challenge, an emotional storm. Sometimes you need that. That's what the whole point of partnership is, that you're gonna give and take. And sometimes, like I said, when it is at the beginning of the relationship, that's sometimes when you have that experience. Sometimes it's at the middle, sometimes it's around the end. Who knows? So let's also grab another reason for me, intent. I personally believe another sign that you can tell if that maybe this is a real relationship and not a rebound, is that you make each other laugh. You make each other laugh. And I mentioned the laughter. At least for me, it's a big thing for me as well, which is that when you feel comfortable enough, right, being yourself around somebody where you can have good times together. You're not just having serious times. You're not just having sex. You're not just, you can actually just be yourself and be real and relax and have fun with each other. That's a really critical part of a relationship. And sometimes, like I said, when you're in a fake relationship, a fabricated relationship, you can't even open up and be yourself. You can't have fun because there's so much tension, right? Unspoken tension in the relationship. So I would say definitely pay attention to some of these signs to see if perhaps you're in a rebound relationship or you could be in a genuine relationship. So Cheyenne says, what solidified it for me was when an ex's birthday passed, who I still hadn't gotten over after 7 years. I didn't have a desire to call or text my ex to tell her happy birthday. The day passed and I didn't even notice until my ex actually texted me to remind me that her birthday's passed. That's when I knew that the woman I'm with is the one because I didn't think about or pine for anyone else. Okay, I got you, girl. I see you. Maq Ele says she totally agrees that fun, the laughter, and the comfort is so valuable. Absolutely. Let's see what Easy's got to say here. She says, you got to be able to joke around and relax with your partner. Absolutely. And for, got to feel at home with this person. Like, at some point in time, you're going to want to show each other your different sides, of your personality and see who you are. Robin, hey Ra, she says, this is so important to me. I've been stressing that lately. Be yourself. Absolutely. So those are my tips, guys. Again, if you are just starting to date someone, if you've just ended a relationship, if you're the new person in somebody's life who's just ended a relationship, it doesn't necessarily mean this is a rebound relationship. And some people are in rebound relationships that last for years. You just have to know the signs and ask the questions. One of the things we talked about in the private group was be honest. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Ask people, what is your end goal here? Why am I here? I remember dating a woman once who really wasn't ready to be in a relationship or ready for a commitment. And I said to her, you know what? We're both adults. I can handle the truth. I said, if you really just want us to have fun and hang out, we can do that. We don't have to call this anything. We don't have to make it a relationship. I said, I like you enough where if you wanted to be in a relationship, I would be ready to be in a relationship with you. But if you just wanted to have fun and hang out, we can do that too. Just tell me so that I know how to arrange myself and my expectations so that I don't think one thing when it's really the other. So we have to be able to say honestly, this is what I want. And if it's a rebound, I've also been in a rebound relationship where I truly hurt the other person. Like, even though I told her this is a rebound relationship, I'm not ready for anything serious. I should have realized that she was catching feelings and then actually ended the relationship before it escalated the way that it did. That was, to me, I feel like irresponsible of me to see that this person was caring for me and having feelings that I just, wasn't honest with her. And even though I was honest with her, my behavior wasn't honest and it wasn't kind. Like, you see somebody falling for you and you don't say, okay, guess what? I can't give you what you want. I'm sorry. Let's end this now. Like, I kept dragging the thing on, and that was unfair of me. So again, rebound tips for rebounds is you are, you're constantly thinking about the ex. So if you're constantly thinking about your ex, you haven't processed that last relationship. Whoever comes into your life and you haven't done your work, that person is a rebound, okay? If you're only using that person for sex or because you're lonely, that person is a rebound, okay? If you are actually on the opposite side, if you truly care about and respect each other and like each other and can be honest and vulnerable and open, your complete self with that person, you're probably in a real love relationship. Londa says she's given up on love. Londa, please message me. I'd love to talk with you more about that. And maybe that's a conversation we need to have another time is what do you do when you've given up on love? You know what, Londa, I may have that conversation, but go ahead and message me. Maq Ele says, live in your truth. It's so important. Speak up. Hang on. Cal, where you at? I lost half of your comment. I don't know what happened. Niece says, this message is definitely what I needed. I'm so glad. Help! Oh my gosh, what are you doing? You're supposed to be on an island somewhere having fun. I can't believe you've got the Wi-Fi. You can get Wi-Fi anywhere nowadays. I thought you were on an island somewhere living the life, okay? Maq Ele says, living your truth is so important. Speak up when you want and need to. And the hope is an organic respect grows for the person. That is certainly my desire for whomever comes into my life. Thank you so much for sharing that. Oh man, I feel like I missed something here. Okay. Hey, Merging Spirit, it's good to see you. That's one of the folks who've been in our groups. She's given a lot of great information to the ladies in our group, Merging Spirit. That's Reverend Sharon Shaw. And let's see, who else? I just want to make sure I haven't missed any comments over here. Hope is at the pool. What? Who wants to live Hope's life? I do. So Black Rain on YouTube says respect and loyalty is really important. I'm so sorry, y'all. You know what? I think I'm gonna do something else the next time because I think trying to stream on YouTube and Facebook at the same time is not a good idea. So I'm so sorry, folks on YouTube. Come over to Instagram or Facebook. I have to figure out YouTube, so I may not do the live stream there. Again, I'm sorry, y'all. My bad. Any other questions and comments before we wrap up for the night? Why is Cynthia such a hater? She's hating on Hope, who's like watching the stream from the pool. Uh, let's see here. Hey, Shinar. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Thank you so much, folks, for loving the earrings, and those who said they really enjoyed the conversation. I enjoyed having it here with you all as well. Again, please go ahead, tag somebody, share this out so other folks can be a part of this conversation and have more of these kind of conversations. Again, I'm Zamara Perry. I'm the founder and editor of BlackLesbianLoveLab.com, and I founded BlackLesbianLoveLab.com about 5 years ago because I wanted to talk about lesbian relationships, but from our perspective. And I'd love to have you all join our private community. Go to community.blacklesbianlovelab.com to join. If you have any questions or any of the topic ideas that you'd love for us to address, then please highlight your girl, send a message to the private page. I'd be more than happy to consider your topic, okay? All right, y'all. So yeah, there's a lot of actually. Speaking of traveling, because some of the folks who are chatting on Facebook are a part of our private group, and so they share their travels quite a bit. We have had like 3 or 4 members in our community travel recently, and we're actually planning a group trip next year. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's a group trip / retreat. So if you're interested in being a part of this community, meeting amazing women and having an amazing time traveling together, then I would love to invite you to join our private community. Again, go to community.blacklesbianlovelab.com to join. And thanks again for joining me tonight. I really appreciated hearing everyone's feedback. Those of you all who shared your story and asked your questions and gave your tips, I really appreciated it. All right, y'all. I am back on Wednesday. I'm on Mondays and Wednesdays between 7 and 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then we also have another great show called Professionally Petty. And that one comes on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. They are never late. And that's with Carly and Corey. They're a lot of fun. And they also talk about lesbian relationships, but from their, fun perspective, their petty perspective. I ain't gonna lie. Sally, how you gonna be lying? How you gonna be late again? She says late again. Girl, it's 8 o'clock. You know you late. What you doing? Anyway, I'm so glad that you were able to join us anyway, girl. Go ahead, catch that replay and make sure you put in the comment section replay. All right, y'all. I see you on Wednesday. Bye. Hold on. I got too much going on over here. Trying to end the streams and I can't. I know what's happening, but I can't end on Insta. Bye, y'all, on Insta. And I'm having a hard time ending it on Facebook. So I'm going to do this the old-fashioned way. All right. And I don't know what's happening on YouTube.